Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Course Podcast. Today we're talking about something really important. How do you stay motivated when you're exhausted? How do you keep practicing English when you feel tired? This is a challenge every learner faces. And today, I'm going to share practical strategies that actually work. These techniques will help you maintain your fluency even on your hardest days. Let's get started. First, let me tell you something most English courses don't mention. Exhaustion is not your enemy. It's actually a sign you're pushing yourself. Every successful English speaker has felt this way. The difference is they learned to practice smarter, not harder. And that's exactly what we'll explore today. Before we dive in, if you find this helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more English lessons. And comment below telling me what exhausts you most about learning English. Your feedback helps us create better content for you. Now, let's continue. The first key strategy is called microlearning. What is microlearning? It means practicing in very small chunks. Instead of studying for 2 hours when you're tired, practice for just 5 minutes. Yes, only 5 minutes. This might sound too simple, but it's incredibly effective. Native speakers use this approach all the time when learning new languages. Here's how it works. When you're exhausted, your brain can't handle complex grammar lessons. But it can handle small, focused tasks. For example, learn 3 new words. Practice 1 short sentence. Listen to a 2-minute podcast. These tiny actions add up over time. 5 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow. In 1 month, that's 2.5 hours of practice. And you did it without feeling overwhelmed. Let me give you practical examples. You're tired after work. Don't open a grammar book. Instead, watch a 3-minute video in English. Listen while you're making dinner. Or repeat 5 sentences while you're in the shower. Make English fit into your tired moments. Don't force tired moments to fit English study. Another example. You're exhausted before bed. Read 1 paragraph of an English story. Just 1. Or write 3 sentences about your day in English. Small practice is still practice. And consistency beats intensity every single time. Remember this. Microlearning keeps your motivation alive when you feel exhausted. The second strategy is choosing the right type of practice. Not all practice requires the same energy level. This is crucial to understand. Some activities are mentally demanding. Others are relaxing and easy. When you're exhausted, choose passive or semi-passive practice. Save the intense study for when you have more energy. What's passive practice? It means activities where you absorb English without much effort. Listening to English music. Watching movies with subtitles. Following English podcasts while you relax. Your brain is still working. It's still processing English. But you're not forcing yourself. This keeps your connection to English alive even when you're too tired for grammar exercises. Let me share 3 examples. First, watch your favorite TV show in English. You already know the story, so understanding becomes easier. Your brain relaxes but still absorbs the language. Second, listen to an audiobook while you're resting. Close your eyes. Just listen. You're practicing without the pressure of memorization. Third, Scroll through social media in English. Read posts, watch short videos, read comments. It feels like fun, but you're actually learning. Here's something important. Passive practice prevents learning gaps. What are learning gaps? They happen when you stop practicing completely. If you skip English for days or weeks, you lose progress. But if you maintain even small contact with English, you keep your skills sharp. This simple change will drastically improve your English learning journey. Now let's talk about the third strategy. Build what I call motivation anchors. What's a motivation anchor? It's connecting English practice to something you already enjoy. This makes practice feel less like work. It becomes part of activities you naturally want to do. Native speakers learning other languages use this technique every day. Here's how you create motivation anchors. Think about what you love doing. Do you love coffee in the morning? Practice English while drinking coffee. Do you enjoy evening walks? Listen to English podcasts during your walk. Do you like cooking? Watch cooking videos in English. See the pattern? You're linking English to pleasant experiences. Let me give you more examples. If you love music, only listen to English songs for 1 week. Read the lyrics. Sing along. If you enjoy sports, follow English sports channels. Watch highlights with English commentary. If you're into gaming, play games with English settings. Change your phone language to English. These anchors make English part of your lifestyle, not separate from it. This approach works because it removes resistance. When English feels like obligation, you resist it, especially when you're tired. But when English connects to joy, you naturally engage with it. You stop asking yourself if you have energy to practice. You just do it because it's part of something enjoyable. Don't worry, every English student struggles with this at first. But once you build these anchors, everything changes. The fourth strategy might surprise you. It's about accepting rest without guilt. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes the best thing for your motivation is to rest completely. Stop feeling guilty about taking breaks. Rest is not laziness. Rest is recovery. Your brain needs time to consolidate what you've learned. Here's something most English courses don't tell you. Learning happens during rest, not just during study. Think about it this way. If you exercise every day without rest, your muscles break down. The same applies to your brain. Constant practice without breaks leads to burnout. And burnout kills motivation faster than anything else. So give yourself permission to rest. Take a day off. Take 2 days off if needed. You'll come back stronger and more motivated. How do you rest properly? First, plan your rest days. Don't let them happen randomly. Schedule them like you schedule practice. Second, do something completely different. Don't think about English at all. Watch movies in your native language. Read books you enjoy. Spend time with friends. Let your mind refresh. Third, trust the process. Rest is part of progress, not a break from it. If you're enjoying this lesson, please show your support. Hit that like button right now. Leave a comment sharing your biggest English learning challenge. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly English lessons. Sharing this video helps other learners find us too. Your engagement means everything to our channel. Now let's bring everything together. We've covered 4 powerful strategies. Microlearning helps you practice in small, manageable chunks. Choosing the right type of practice matches activities to your energy levels. Building motivation anchors connects English to things you love. And accepting rest prevents burnout and guilt. These 4 strategies work together to keep you motivated even when you feel exhausted. Remember this important truth. Fluency is not about perfect practice. It's about consistent practice. You don't need to study 3 hours every day. You need to maintain regular contact with English. Even 5 minutes counts. Even passive listening counts. What matters is that you don't completely disconnect. Stay in touch with the language. Keep the relationship alive. Here's your action plan starting today. First, identify your lowest energy times. Morning? Evening? After work? Second, choose one micro-learning activity for those times. 3 new words. 1 short video. 5 minutes of listening. Make it ridiculously easy. Third, pick one motivation anchor. Connect English to something you already enjoy daily. And fourth, schedule 1 rest day per week. Mark it on your calendar. Protect that rest time. This is much easier than you think. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with one strategy. Master it. Then add another. Small changes create big results over time. Every successful English speaker started exactly where you are now. They felt exhausted. They questioned their progress. But they kept going. And so will you. Let me leave you with this final thought. Your exhaustion shows you care about learning. It shows you're investing effort. That's admirable. But sustainable motivation comes from working with your energy, not against it. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate small wins. Trust that every tiny practice session matters. Because it does. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson. If this video helped you, please subscribe to English Course Podcast. Hit that notification bell so you never miss new content. Like this video and share it with friends learning English. Comment below and tell me which strategy you'll try first. I read every comment. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember that progress happens even on your most exhausted days. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.